Ladies and gentlemen, Kim here. Welcome to the daily update. Hope you guys had a good day trading. Today, market is up about 1.3%. There, on the S&P 1.5%. Semiconductor close to 3. Dow 1.2, along with the Russell 2000. Transport, banks, energy, biotech, healthcare, home builders, utilities, retail, emerging market. Every single sectors are green today. Bitcoin, gold, silver miners are up. Dollar down. Oil up. Treasury bond up. VIX is down about close to 5%. There, let's do it. That's the 500 ETF. Spider! 65-minute chart here. If you've been enjoying my content here on YouTube, you're going to love what I provide for my members here at Traders Club. I am currently running a 30% off Black Friday deal until Sunday evening. And if you've been thinking about joining the Traders Club and coming in here and trading and investing with me, feel free to take advantage of this situation. This is a regular pricing you see here, but there are 3 levels: investor, premier, and VIP. And basically, you're gonna have full access to what I'm currently holding, what I'm about to buy. If you're gonna be in premier and VIP membership, you're also gonna get an idea of which options I'm gonna be purchasing, what's the strike price, expiration date. And one of the many questions I always get is that what is your oscillator configurations and all that stuff. I mean, all of that information is going to be available for the members. But I think the biggest thing that my members tell me that they fully appreciate is the market corrections guidance and macro trend analysis. A lot of times people don't really understand the big scheme of things. So every time the market kind of get into a lot of volatile and correctional phases like we've been in this year, a lot of times they get swept away with the emotions and they're not able to kind of go through some of the fluctuations. And then, a couple of years down the road, market gets right back up. And then now you realize you already missed out huge opportunities. So I think macro trend analysis, if you don't learn any of this stuff, and there's a video lesson library, masterclass, and with the weekend update, midweek update, investor update, special update, you will always be fully in sync with what I'm talking about, what I think the market is doing, what are the levels I'm looking at, and which stocks and options, index funds, leverage ETFs, commodity picks I'm, preparing to accumulate. So with the Black Friday deal, as you can see, everything is 30% off. So quarterly is 30% off for investor, premier, quarterly premiers level, 30% off for quarterly, also VIP. Keep in mind, the annuals are already marked down for being an annual. Keep that in mind right here. You can see because they're annual subscriptions, they're already marked down. On top of us already marked down, you're gonna get additional 30% savings on the annual plans. So this is where we closed yesterday. And looks like we actually saw that gap up this morning. Perfect. And maybe this market is feeling generous this morning. However, we did see a little bit of shenanigan in the first hour. You can see that lower wick here. So that after the gap up, what happened was bulls made a little bit of move, came to that resistance area 397. And bears brought it down on the first hour. What happened was that the entirety of that up gap was not filled. As you can see here, about 20% or so, 25% of that up gap is still open. And when the gap doesn't get fully filled, and in this case, this is gonna be an up gap, it's gonna favor the buyers. And you can see that lower wick is letting us know that bulls brought it up on that first hour. So all that battle was fought on that first hour. And with that move, buyers were able to tame that micro-term moving average for the first time. You can see right here, since this move right here, buyers are not able to get above that micro-term moving average. It's been struggling being underneath that micro-term. With that gap up, with that up move, with that lower wick here, finally, for the first time in the last 5 trading sessions or something like that, buyers were able to get above it. And then second and third, finally on that fourth hour, we got above this prior swing high resistance. And then ever since then, market has been moving higher all throughout the day and closed the day pretty near to 400 there, 399.87 on Spider here. So looks like a market decided it's going to give you a generous breakout to the upside. And after that first hour battle, pretty much bulls got the control all throughout the day. I want to kind of talk about this midterm moving average. This is something we've been talking about time to time, and I've been updating you guys last several weeks here. So a lot of the battle was fought really in this vicinity. You can see, I want you to pay attention to that midterm moving average right here, that pink dotted moving average. You can see when the pink dotted moving average starts finding momentum, that traction to the upside, though there will be fluctuations along the way. Prior resistance acting as new support. This price action was back in August, and as you can see how quickly buyers did find that momentum here. Once that, again, we have the midterm moving average rising, and we have the higher high here on the price action, and we have the prior resistances acting as new support. And as you can see, market did find that traction about 2 to 3 weeks or so. Right, very similar recipe here. So what we're looking at right now is you can see that midterm moving average rising. We extensively talked about the fact that when this thing did see that tankage, that midterm moving average acting as new support, because it's been acting as what? Resistance, right? It acted as support here in late October, and then all throughout the November here with that fluctuations. What happened recently though, prior resistance right here, right? Acting as new support, and that was just a couple trading sessions ago. And you can see how bulls were able to kind of find the momentum here. A little bit of consolidation. We talked about the fact that bulls were running on empty at 400 resistance, the gap area. And when we got there, you guys remember when that oscillator hit that overbought zone, right? Right here. You can see right there, right? So what the bulls needed to do was to rest, to reset that oscillator, right? Found support in that vicinity so that they can gather that energy again and push it back up, right? And here's another interesting fact about the oscillator. As you can see, as the bears bring that price down, same thing here, you can see how bears are able to bring that oscillator all the way to the bottom of the span, yes? But what happens is, once the bulls start to find that traction to the upside, what do we see? We see spacings on that bottom of his band. Do you see it right here? I mean, this was a pretty big spacing right here. See that? And even with the recent decline, bears fail to bring that oscillator all the way to the bottom of his span, leaving that space, telling us that bears are weak in the last month or two. You can see how bulls are faithfully, when they're in that uptrend perspective in the midterm, bring that oscillator all the way to the top. Same thing happening here, here, and here. So you can see there's so many things going on in this chart with the moving averages and the gaps, some consolidation patterns, some fluctuations with the up and downs, and also the oscillator, oscillating back and forth. But if you really break it down, you can kind of see who's winning the battle, right?
Oh, tight, yeah. Blue, yellow, pink. Whatever, man, just keep bringing me that.
Not only in the micro term and the minor term, but we have to understand the midterm and the long-term perspective, also the long-term moving average. We also been talking about that long-term moving average has also been rising here. And so with that, as you can see, as I zoom in here, kind of understanding the current price action, yesterday we talked about the fact that as the price consolidate, the oscillator didn't know for sure who to favor. with that gap up and continuation to the upside. You can see that oscillator definitely fully advancing to the upside. And you can see we have a little bit of that, space left. So that means bulls are kind of getting tired, but they're not fully there. That means they can at least have one more day. And remember last time, that 400 level was the level where they pretty much gave out. They couldn't push anymore. Remember, this thing got into overbought zone here on this day with that candle. Remember, they brought it up at least for another day, about 3 more days. You can see it kind of moved sideways here and kept grinding at the top of his band. And market, seeing some of that micro-term fluctuations, bulls just squeeze just a little bit more, and there's a chance that bulls can able to do that here in this vicinity. Obviously 400 is gonna be a strong resist. This is the entirety down gap. All the boss bears are retreated to this level, and they have all the weapons out, and they're going to prepare as the bulls march to this vicinity. I'm gonna come back for you. We'll reassess the situation. Enjoy your evening glove trading tomorrow.